Retirement crisis, cost of living crisis, and the number of subprime borrowers increases to 47 million. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Breck Dumas titled, "Vast Majority of Older Americans Worried Inflation Will Outpace Their Income, AARP." The author of this article referenced a recent survey by AARP, which revealed 70% of U.S. adults aged 50 and older are worried about prices rising faster than their income. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it is just U.S. adults aged 50 and older who are worried about prices rising faster than their income. I'm sure young people are also worried about this, especially those who have seen their rent rise faster than their income, their car insurance rise faster than their income, or their grocery costs rise faster than their income. Getting back to the article, the author referenced the senior policy advisor from AARP named David John, who said, "Inflation coming down does not mean prices are coming down. It means prices are rising more slowly, and older Americans especially still have to make tough choices." I liked how he threw in the word especially. That is at least acknowledging that this is a problem for just about everyone and not just older Americans. In my opinion, it is probably more of a problem for people who are younger and starting out because they don't own a home that is paid off or a car that is paid off, and they don't own as many equity positions. That's not to say all older people do either, because that certainly is not the case. The author of this article went on to say, high inflation has created severe financial pressures for most U.S. households, which are forced to pay more for everyday necessities like food and rent. Did you pick up on the word severe? I think that is a good descriptor. I have no doubt many Americans feel severe financial pressure. I'm surprised we haven't been hearing more about an increase in mental illness here in America. Some people are probably very distraught and they don't know how to cope. The author of this article said 37% of adults ages 50 and over are worried about covering basic expenses such as food and housing, and 61% of adults ages 50 and older are worried they will not have enough money to last in retirement. In my opinion, these are real fears. Some people should be worried about these things and do whatever is possible to take action now before it is too late. I was driving down the road today and the income inequality really struck me. There were several expensive new vehicles in front of me on the road, and then to the right of me, I saw homeless person after homeless person at different stoplights with cardboard signs. Fortunately, the weather was decent out today, so these people were not standing out in rain or extreme cold. There are some people in America who are only one credit card away from homelessness. Without credit, life can become very difficult for those without savings or a home. I read another interesting article today. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Smart Asset, and written by Brian J. O'Connor, titled, "Bad News. More American workers worry they can't afford to retire." The author of this article referenced a new survey released by the Employee Benefit Research Institute and Greenwald Research, which revealed workers and retirees are nearly as worried about making their retirement money last as they were during the Great Recession. Well, my friends, our financial system went further off the rails to deal with the Great Recession. Note I said further off the rails. There were a lot of events during prior decades that didn't help much either. Rather than let the system burn to the ground during the Great Financial Crisis and allow capitalism to pick up the pieces, the leaders in this country took the easy way out and decided to print and inflate. And that has continued to be the playbook whenever there is a new problem. Now, some people are suffering financially because of it, and others are wealthier than ever. Getting back to the article, the author said 18% of survey respondents said they felt very confident they'll have enough money to get through retirement. That's a drop of 10 points from the 2022 survey when 28% of people felt very confident. The percentage of workers who said they felt not confident about how much money to withdraw from their retirement jumped to 36%, up from 28% in 2022. Well, I'm happy for the 18% of people who felt confident they'll have enough money to get through retirement. I have to wonder if that confidence will fade if they experience even more inflation in the future. Who knows what the future may hold? Just thinking about the national debt and the interest being paid on it can be mind-boggling. I worry for those who are not feeling confident about retirement. It has to be discouraging to work your entire life and then run the risk of not being able to sustain yourself without continuing to work when you are older. What happens when AI starts replacing more jobs, or when massive numbers of older people continue working and competing for jobs with younger generations? The labor market could shift from having a hard time finding employees to having people fighting over jobs. It is going to be depressing to watch what may unfold before our very eyes in the future. I read another interesting article today. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Benzinga and written by Kevin Vanderboss, titled 1.2 million more Americans became subprime borrowers in the past year, with a total number approaching 50 million. The author of this article referenced an analysis by Money.com of data released by VantageScore. This analysis revealed there are over 47 million Americans classified as subprime borrowers in America as of February 2024. Nearly 20% of all borrowers now fall into the subprime tier. Do you remember during the Great Financial Crisis, a lot of loans that failed were made to subprime borrowers? I'm sure subprime loans serve a purpose and help people with terrible credit and no savings afford things they need in life. Just drive through any decent-sized city and you will see several buy here, pay here car dealerships that are often selling vehicles for twice what they are worth and then financing them to subprime borrowers at insanely high interest rates. This is the only way that some people can acquire transportation. Now, some of you might ask, what is a subprime borrower? Well, the author of this article said, subprime borrowers are individuals with credit scores ranging from 300 to 600. I have to wonder how many people could have prevented their credit scores from falling this low if they had parents who were in a position to teach them about financial literacy, or courses in high school or college that taught them about financial literacy. There are some courses in school that provide knowledge that will likely not impact someone's life as much as financial literacy would. Yet, these other courses are often required for high school graduation or college graduation. In our society, people are offered payment plans or subscriptions constantly. The last time I went to buy a new phone, I asked what kind of deals they had. Every deal was geared toward a payment plan. I wanted a cash deal. The person at the store told me they don't have those types of deals anymore because not many people come in and pay cash for an expensive smartphone. When you download some apps on your smartphone, many auto-renew unless you go through several screens to find the way to cancel out the auto-renewal feature. I signed up for an interesting artificial intelligence animation app recently, and it had an auto-renew feature that I had to figure out how to cancel. When I signed up for a gym membership, I had to provide them with my checking account number and routing number so the money could be taken out automatically each month, and it would continue to charge my account month after month until I canceled it. Think about how many people have a New Year's resolution and sign up for a gym membership that they stop using, and then the money keeps getting taken out of their accounts for months or years to come. When you buy a car, dealerships just assume you will be financing it. In fact, you are probably going to get a worse deal if you walk into a dealership and tell them you are paying cash, because they know they won't be making any money in the finance office from you. They will have to make their profit on just the sale price of the car. The world revolves around debt, and the trend is to get people to sign up for subscriptions to everything. In some cars, you can't use the remote start feature unless you sign up for a subscription. People love streaming apps on their television because they get access to a lot of different movies and television shows. I kind of like the old days where you could buy a DVD and then you own the movie and you could watch it as many times as you want in the future. There was no subscription. You just had the initial cost for the DVD and then you own it for the rest of your life, assuming you still have a DVD player that works and a television that will have the inputs to accommodate the player. Some people get carried away with all of these subscriptions, along with the high cost of everything else in life, and before they know it, they are in over their head with financial obligations that they can't afford. When the car insurance goes up, or the rent goes up, or they get hit with an expensive medical bill, it is simply too much to handle. Bills don't get paid, and then their credit gets trashed. Then, surviving on credit becomes even more expensive and difficult moving forward. That's the reality here in America for a lot of people. If you wonder how many, just reflect on the percentage of subprime borrowers that I shared with you earlier. I think we are headed in the wrong direction here in America, but what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.